Okay, this is a short tutorial as part of our series on high technology surgery. In previous tutorials we've looked at the development of electricity and high technology equipment that has improved the quality of the operating theatre. This short tutorial focuses in particular on the development of heart surgery. The key question as we go through this narrative is whether or not Christian Barnard's heart transplant was a breakthrough or a development. Now, if we remind ourselves that a breakthrough is a sudden or dramatic improvement in a theory, idea, or treatment, whereas a development is a small stepping stone of improvement that's part of a longer series of small improvements over a longer period of time. The narrative or the story of heart surgery really starts before pre-World War, when surgery on the heart was very dangerous and rare. Lungs would often collapse as soon as the patient's chest was opened and the rib cage was broken. Despite this, US Army surgeon Dwight Harkin would try to save soldiers by removing shrapnel from beating hearts with his fingers. To do this, blood needed to be cut off from the heart, and unfortunately, after 4 minutes of the heart not pumping oxygenated blood to the brain, this would cause brain damage and was therefore the major challenge of the earliest heart surgeons. The next series of developments really appears in the 1960s when Norman Shumway, who's pictured, led a team of pioneering heart surgeons in the University of Minnesota. This is where Christian Barnard himself studied. Now, unfortunately, Shumway's surgery had a 50% death rate. That means that half of the people who had heart surgery at the hands of this department in Minnesota unfortunately did not survive, and therefore it was deemed too risky. Following this, Michael de Blakely led heart surgery at the Methodist Hospital in Houston, Texas. He was renowned for his high-speed operations, which reduced infection and reduced trauma to a bare minimum. He also developed a knitted tube fabric known as Dacron, and this was used to replace diseased arteries. Still, the major issue affecting heart transplants was tissue rejection, and surgeons could not overcome this in these first attempts. Norman Shumway researched this further and announced that he was going to perform the first human heart transplant. Simultaneously, in New York, Dr. Adrian Kantrovitz prepared to operate on a baby on the 3rd of December 1967. That very same morning, both men received news from South Africa, where Christian Barnard had performed the world's first heart transplant. So what happened to these patients? Shumway and Kantrovitz felt that they had done all of the research and Barnard had simply used their ideas and almost claimed all the glory for that. However, having said that, Shumway and Kantrovitz's patients died soon after their operations, whereas Barnard's patient lived for over a year and a half. Still, the failure rate was deemed too high to make this a common or widespread operation that people could have. So what were the next steps? Heart transplants were stopped, and in 1982, Barney Clark was given a plastic heart in America. Unfortunately, he died 3 weeks later, so that still wasn't quite successful enough. A major breakthrough took place in 1974 then, when Norwegian researchers discovered the substance cyclosporin. Cyclosporin controlled tissue rejection and made heart transplants possible again. So, the key question, and a very popular exam question when it comes to this, is whether or not Christian Barnard's development and his heart transplant was a breakthrough or a development. So on the evidence of this chapter, what do you feel? Do you feel Christian Barnard's heart transplant was a major breakthrough, or do you think it was simply one development in a long series of improvements of heart surgery?